All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about something that I think hits home for a lot of us. It's this universal struggle, right? The endless chase for things that, well, have no end. And we'll also get into the messy, complicated reality of what a second chance really means. So, let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of all this. And I want you to really think about it for a second. What are those exhausting things in your life that just never seem to end? The cycles you're stuck in, the things you're chasing day in and day out that just don't have a finish line. And that right there brings us to our first big idea, what we're calling the endless endeavor. It's this very human thing we do, isn't it? We pour all our energy into stuff we can't really control, and we end up just locking ourselves into this brutal cycle of constant effort and, honestly, total exhaustion. So, what's the result of all this chasing? What actually happens? Well, the material we're looking at is pretty blunt about it. Chasing perfect doesn't lead to happiness or satisfaction. No. Instead, it creates something, well, something the author calls a saddening list of failures. Oof. Okay, let's really get into this because this isn't just some philosophical theory. The source makes this super real, grounding this whole tragedy in these painful, real world examples. And fair warning, some of these might feel a little too familiar. So let's take a look at this inventory of failure. And what's really striking is just how universal this stuff is. We're talking about the common battlegrounds, right? Like trying to get rich, but never ever feeling like you have enough. Or that endless search for the perfect spouse, the constant cycle of cosmetic procedures, chasing after the best jobs that you just can't seem to land, and oh man, the totally impossible mission of trying to make everyone happy. But then it gets even more personal, and honestly, more tragic, especially when we talk about relationships. The source lays out this absolutely heartbreaking pattern. You dream of having the best marriage, but it ends in divorce. Then you try again, and it's another divorce. And a fourth, one you're desperately trying to hold on to, but you just know separation is coming. It's just this devastating cycle of hope, then failure, over and over. And the pain doesn't stop there. It continues right inside the family. That dream of raising the best kids, it just sours. It turns into a reality so painful that the only way to cope, as described here, is with sleep medication. Just trying to find a way to block out the nightmares and the memories of how it all really went down. And it's not just about people and relationships. It's our material dreams too. The really tangible things we pour our lives into. That best mansion house you worked your whole life for, that symbol of success, it can become the very thing that bankrupts you. Imagine that, a lifetime of work, all for nothing but ruin. Wow. So, after all of that, all the striving, all the failure, where does that leave you? Where does that leave any of us? Well, it leads to what feels like a really crucial turning point, a big shift from all that frantic chasing on the outside to a deep core understanding on the inside, a kind of solitary wisdom. And this is it. This is the wisdom, knowing we come alone and we go back alone. Man, that one line, it just reframes everything, doesn't it? The idea is, fundamentally, we're on this journey by ourselves. And if you can truly, deeply internalize that, well, according to this, it's one of the most important truths you can ever grasp. Of course, not everyone gets this. Some people still try to take it all with them, to a fancy grave, thinking their money and their status will follow. But it's so clear here, nothing goes with you. Not the expensive jewelry, not the gold. In the end, it's just you. Okay, so if we accept that we're on this journey alone, then it brings up another huge question. What about second chances? Are they really a beacon of hope? Or are they just another setup for tragedy? That's the paradox we're going to explore next. And this just perfectly shows that razor's edge between hope and tragedy. Just look at these examples. A prisoner, praying to see just one day of freedom, but he dies the night before he's supposed to be released. A mother, hoping to see her child in a prisoner exchange, but the child is gone the night before Freedom Day. A witness, all set to testify against someone powerful, and they die under mysterious circumstances the night before. That second chance is right there, so close you can taste it, and then it's just tragically gone. So this brings the question right back to you. I mean, really think about this. If you were given that one precious second chance, just one more day, one more week, or 1 month to start over, what would you do?
And as the source points out, after a lifetime of failures, that is not an easy question to answer. Because the reality is, second chances they're costly. They're not free. The source points out that people misuse them all the time. It even suggests some of us are basically addicted to not learning from our past. That's a tough pill to swallow, right? The hard truth is failing again is common. And a third chance, that's even harder to come by.
And to make this cost really concrete, there's this really stark financial example. Think about it like this. Giving your kid a second chance with their budget, it doesn't just cost double. It's a 200% increase on what you started with. That means you have to work more than twice as hard just to claw your way back to an okay life. Every single new chance comes at this huge exponential cost. So where does this all lead? After a lifetime of trying and failing, after finally understanding the painful price of second chances, we arrive at the final and maybe the most profound endeavor of them all. Just picture this. You've lived a long life, full of failed attempts. You're getting close to the end. And what is that last instinctive thing we all do? We start one final, endless endeavor. We try to escape death itself. Talk about the ultimate futile pursuit. And that leaves us with one last, really powerful question to think about. If trying to outrun death is the most dangerous, the most pointless attempt we can make, then what endeavor is worth your life? When you really think about this solitary journey we're on, what pursuit is genuinely worth the precious limited time we actually have?